Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Katie and I'm the creator behind Cuddly Blessings. Today I'm gonna pack some orders with you guys for my Etsy shop. I'm gonna walk you through my Palm Street Live experience, so you're gonna get to see the things that went well and the things that didn't go well, and I'm gonna show you guys what sold while I was on the Palm Street Live, and then I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sneak peek into the future of what we're gonna be doing for next week's video. So if you're interested, go ahead and like and subscribe. We've got a lot to unpack today, as always. So let's get into it. Look at his little arms. And she's got some big old pantaloons on her. A cheeky bum. It's so hard. She's so perfect. Hey y'all, I have quite a few orders that I still need to get packed up. If you've been watching my vlogs, you saw where I left off with wanting to get some packed up and finished. This is the last of that big bundle. So I have finally got caught up on all of my orders and everything is ready to go. We just need to pack these up real quick and take them to the post office. So help me as I rush through that so that we can get over there before they close today and get these out to their homes so that people can start creating. Hey y'all, I just dropped off all of the packages at the post office. Now I'm gonna run over to the grocery store. I'm gonna pick up a couple of things that we need, and then I'm gonna head back home so that we can work on some stuff with the business. I've got some administrative stuff, like computer stuff that I need to do today to prep for the Palm Street Live that's coming up, as well as I have a couple of crochet orders that I want to work on. So I think I'm gonna finish this real quick and then I will head home and we'll reconvene then. Hey y'all, I am here to share with you guys a little bit about my preparation for the Palm Street Live that I have tomorrow. So I've got a lot to do today. I have already worked on the stitch markers in the last vlog that we had and put those together. You see those in this box here. I finally finished everything with that. And next, what I want to work on are some things that are for people who don't need or want to purchase any plushies, but also don't crochet. So I'm looking at some stuff that's like closer to wearables, but not as big as like a sweater. I can't do a full-on sweater in 24 hours, but I can do things like this beautiful bandana. So I have a few things that I want to do, including I'm going to do another bandana. I really love how that turned out. I'll link the pattern below. There is a free pattern for this. And then I also have some scrunchies. So I put together two patterns. I've got a small scrunchie and a jumbo scrunchie. This is my small scrunchie, which I just absolutely love the neon colors. And then we have the jumbo ones. This white one, the blue one, and then the pink one. They're all jumbo. And just for reference, I'll hold them up side by side. So there's the jumbo next to the regular. So ultra big. I even have a black one in my hair right now, which I know you can't see very well because black blends in with my hair pretty well. But yeah, so I've been working on some scrunchies and stuff like that. I'm going to record a tutorial on how to do each of these, both the small and the jumbo, because I did come up with the pattern on my own. So I will share that with you guys in case anybody is interested in making them themselves. And so that's what we're working on today. I'm going to search the interweb for some more ideas on some like quick things that I can do for the Palm Street Live tomorrow. And I need to make sure that all of the stock is ready to go on the app. I believe that it is. I've been adding most of the stuff throughout the week, so almost everything is there. I need to get a couple of pictures today of just a few of the stitch markers that I didn't get the other day. And then after that, I need to get pictures of the new stuff like the bandana. I've already done the scrunchies, but anything new that I make today, I need to take pictures of that as well and get it on the Palm Street Live app. I'm going to bring you guys along on that journey with me and let you guys see some behind the scenes of what it's like to prepare for your very first live sell on the internet. And I hope that I'm able to give you guys a little bit of information that's helpful for you when you go to do it yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a lot to do today.
Tootie, I knew you were gonna steal my seat. Toot toot. Okay. I guess I'll sit over here.
Hey y'all, so last I checked in, I was working on the cat snuggler and I am taking a little bit of a break from it. I am done with everything except for the toe beans and they are killing me. I literally sewed a whole paw on backwards or upside down or whatever. It was on the top of the paw facing outwards and not inwards. So after I undid all of that, I decided it was time to take a break for the night. It's getting late and I don't want to work on a customer order when my mind is obviously not all there. So I've been working on this project for a while that I've really wanted to do as my first pattern that I release, and I am getting ready to like put full force behind it, and I am working on a Jesus snuggler. I'm so excited, and it's something that I wanted to do for a really long time and I just haven't had the opportunity. So I'm going to pick it back up and we're going to actually get it done this time. So in order to do this, I thought it was best that I just start at the beginning. I'm going to reference the pattern that I've written so far, but I may or may not use it. And so I'm looking at my color palette. I decided I want to use the Premier Basics Chenille. So I was thinking this for the color palette. We have the white, traditional white for his robe. And then for his skin tone, I was thinking of doing shell. I just really love shell for skin tone. It's got that like peachiness to it and it just really comes across as like a more of a warm tone as opposed to like maybe marshmallow or mushroom or any of those that have more of like a cooler tone and more like gray washed. So I think I'm going to do shell for now. And then for His sandals, I'm thinking of using this color here. I have no idea what it is. It could be the caramel from Premier Basic Chenille, but I don't think it is because I've had this so long. I think it's Bernat Blanket. I just don't know what color. And then I've got these two balls, which are also definitely a Bernat Blanket. And it's like a, not chocolate, it's more closer to like the teddy bear color in Premier. But it's a really good brown, and I figured that I'll use this for his beard and his hair on top of his head. And then for his robe, I'm kind of torn. I've got a couple of different options. So I thought red was like my, first thought that popped in my head. And I've got these two different reds. We've got poppy and cranberry in the Premier Basics. And I think that either of these would look great. But I am kind of torn, which one do we do? I think I'm leaning actually more towards the dark red the longer I look at this. But I don't know. I'm still kind of torn on that. And then I thought, well, what about maybe purple? And I think the purple's a pretty easy choice because I've got orchid here, but that's not really like that's not a royal purple like I would want. But eggplant definitely is. So I think I'm torn between these two the longer I look at it. And part of me thinks like the red is more of the traditional. I feel like that's how you see Jesus depicted in a lot of stuff. But the purple being like a royal purple, you see that a lot as well. And I don't know. I haven't decided yet. If y'all have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below. And I might just end up crocheting a sash in both colors. I think that might end up being what I do. I think I might do one in each of them since I'm going to be making multiple anyways to test out the pattern. So here it is. This is our color palette. I can't tell you what color. I can't tell you what color those are. I just know that they're Bernat Blanket. And these ones I can tell you. And I think that they're great colors. I'm going to go ahead and try and redo this pattern. And I think this is going to be like my fun side project in between orders that I'm working on. So I will check back in with you guys when I have more progress done, but I'm really hoping and praying that I can have this pattern done and ready to be tested by the end of September at the absolute latest. We are going to make sure it gets done, and I hope that everybody likes it when it comes out, but we'll see how this goes. I'm going to get back at it, and I will check back in when I have more information.
1 hour later.
Let's talk about Palm Street. So Palm Street was a lot of fun and definitely a new, different experience for me. It was my first live ever, and I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I had some really great people that were there. Beyond the Stars Stitches and Noelle Creates, they both showed up in full force for me, and I was so appreciative. They were there, they kept everything going, kept the conversation going, were engaged, and it was just so nice to have people there that were supporting me and just reinforced how much I love this community, but also how beautiful it is to have friends that truly support you and are behind you full force. Britt, who is the creator behind Beyond the Star Stitches, go follow her on all of her channels. She made my Palm Street a complete success. She ordered a lot and she just made me feel so good and so special. So I really appreciated that. It's definitely something that I would do again, even though Britt was the only one who ordered. I had a lot of fun. I did have at the top, I think there were 15 viewers, and then I never saw it drop below 9, which I felt really good about. On the Palm Street app, I've noticed with other lives that I've tuned into that it's not uncommon to have like 3 or 4 people in there at a time. So the fact that I was averaging in double digits for the entirety of the time made me feel really good about, number one, the time of day that I picked and the day of the week that I picked. But also the fact that me advertising on my various social media accounts leading up to it really was helpful. So I was really excited and happy about all of that. And I think that it really did help with the viewership, because when I went to look at the analytics at the end, I was able to see how many people were on there, and it ended up being like 46 different viewers at any given time. So there were 46 unique people that tuned into my show, and I thought that that was really amazing to see. So I definitely would do it again. I think that I'm gonna aim for doing once a month, and we'll see where that takes us. On my Palm Street, my husband came up with a really fun game for anybody who purchased. And what we did is anybody who purchased received a free item for each order that they placed. So for instance, like if you ordered a plushie and then later on in the live there was another plushie that came up and you purchased that, you were able to like win a free item each time that you purchased. And so we ended up playing this game, and I had crocheted colorful octos, and I'll put a picture up on the screen of our setup. And I had a rainbow of 5 different colors, and underneath each of them we had a sticker that showed what the free item was that the person received. We had anything from like jumbo scrunchies to even a bandana, a crochet bandana, and it was just a lot of fun. And I think that it was definitely a hit. It was a hit for me, at least. I had fun, and kudos to hubby for that idea. I think it really brought a lot of fun and liveliness to the show, and I think that people really enjoyed it. So it was a lot of fun going through that, and I just didn't really have a plan going into it. So I think next time I'll make sure that I have a plan of like, these are the plushies that I want to show and the order in which I want to show them. And then also like a plan for what order I want to show, like the sleeves of sinker eyes and stitch markers, that kind of thing. Just basically like a product lineup going into it. I think that a couple of things. I thought that I would be able to get through more items than I did. And I also thought that I would be able to, like, I guess, stay on cue or on task a little bit easier. But I didn't realize in the moment, like, I'm talking a lot, I'm concentrated on the chat, and I'm trying to do the plushies, and I'm trying to think live on the spot. Probably wasn't the best combination of tasks to try and do at once. So next time I'm definitely going to have like a strategy going in, and we'll have a lineup of these are the items that we're going to talk through, and probably have them even listed in order in the shop of how we're going to review them. Another thing that my hubby and I talked about is that next time I would like to have him pin the items as I talk. So I noticed that I was spending a lot of time looking down at my tablet. I had like the phone on the stand so people could see the whole setup and me as well. And I really liked the way that it looked on camera. But I noticed that I spent a lot of time like this, looking down instead of looking up at the camera and engaging with folks that were coming in and out. And I think I could improve that by having him pin the items that I'm talking about as I bring them up, because you've got like a little bit of time where you've got to open it up, you've got to search for the item, and then you've got to select the option to pin it on the page. And then when you want to go to the next one, you have to unpin it, go back in, select your next one, pin it. It would be really nice if Palm Street had an option where you could say like, this is the order that I want items to appear on the screen with pins, and then like there's just a next button, and you could just hit that to rotate through all of the pins. So Palm Street, if you're listening, that's an enhancement that I would love to see on there. But it does work really well. I like the fact that I can pin items on the screen. I think that that makes a huge difference in how customers are interacting and how they're perceiving the live. So I've been on live shows where people didn't pin anything, and then I've been on live shows where they pinned every item, and each time I always fall back to, like, me as a visual person, it honestly looks better and feels better to me if they're pinning it on the page. So all of those are different tips that I would give somebody else if they were going to do their own Palm Street. Definitely have somebody there with you in the room while you're doing the live. And if you don't have somebody in the room with you, at least have them in the chat, because managing the chat and what you're doing in front of you in the space at any given time is a little difficult. I will say another piece of advice is that where I was running dual screens, I did like that I can do that. I really love that capability. However, the last app that you interact with, or like the last device that you interact with, is the one that's going to update. So for instance, I had my phone and my tablet both running, and I was pinning things on the tablet as we were going through the show. And then I would take an item and I would walk up to the screen like this, and then I would show the item here. So my tablet at that point was behind me, so I couldn't look at it. And I was then looking at my actual phone in front of me and relying on that for updates of like conversation in the chat or when somebody would purchase. And I couldn't see that because it wasn't actually showing on my phone. So my phone stopped updating because I interacted with the tablet. And then I noticed when I pinned something while I was up at the camera, like I just went ahead and changed the pin instead of walking back to the tablet, I noticed then that I was seeing the updates on my phone, but when I walked back to the tablet was now out of date. So while it's nice that you can have the dual devices, especially if you have a larger setup where you want to have like a table display and everything, like it's nice that you can do all of that. Just keep in mind, if you decide to use multiple screens, that you may not be seeing what is actually happening, whether it's a purchase that just occurred or the pin being changed by somebody that you've got in the chat helping you, that kind of thing. Like, just be aware that that may happen. Some things that I still need to figure out. I still need to learn how to do a like traditional sell on the Palm Street app. Maybe it's not a feature yet, but I want to say, like, when I attended one of LA Crochet's lives on Palm Street, I'm like 90% sure it showed her items popping up with a discounted rate. Like, I'm 99.9% sure it showed the discounted rate, but when my items were showing up, it didn't show them at a discounted rate. It just showed them at full price from what I was told. And so I'm curious if that's maybe you have to have an account and be viewing, because I know that the people that I talked to didn't have an account. Or maybe it has to do with the way that I set up the sell as a coupon, because I couldn't find a actual like 20% off sale option. So that's one thing that I want to figure out, is how can I get the discounts to actually show to people who are viewing, so that they understand something pops up on the screen, that's not the actual price, it's actually discounted 20%, 15%, whatever the rate is for that live. And then the next thing that I want to figure out is if there's a way for me to set up mods in my Palm Street. So I know that I can add people as like employees or additional users on my business account, but I don't know exactly how that works, and I don't know what permissions it gives them or doesn't give them. So that's something that I want to play around with and see how they can interact. I'm hoping that it gives them the opportunity to pin things during the lives and maybe interact with the chat. Like, I had one random person join and say something about like, I'll give you $9,000 if you give me a Labubu box. And I don't know, it was some kind of spam. It was obviously spam. And I was like, I don't have a Labubu box, but you can purchase my crochet Labubu. And it's definitely not $9,000. But I think it would be nice if that's something that's going to happen, for them to have an option for people to be able to moderate the chat on my behalf and boot people who are like spam and stuff like that. But those are my two main takeaways from the Palm Street Live of things that I want to do before the next show and test out to see if we could just make the experience a little bit smoother for everybody. Overall, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a lot of fun. And like I said, I did get my first sale on Palm Street, and that order is what we're going to work on next. So this order is for Britt, and she purchased quite a few things. I'm so grateful for her. And she also won quite a few things as well, because like I mentioned, we did a giveaway drawing for each purchase that was made. So for every purchase she made, she got to select one of our rainbow octopi, see what the free prize was underneath, and she got whatever that was. So because of that, she racked up on her orders, and I'm going to walk you through everything that she got, both free and purchased. So the first order was for one of my new scrunchies that I have added to my shop. I now am selling both small and jumbo scrunchies. Jumbo is what's on my wrist, small is what's here. So she purchased one of the small ones. That was the first item that I pinned on there, and she got this super cute neon green. I'm absolutely in love with the neon colors right now. I do have the tutorial on how you can make the jumbo scrunchie in my YouTube shorts right now. You can learn how to make a jumbo scrunchie in less than 2 minutes with that video. Back to the story. So she got this cute neon green small scrunchie with so many ruffles, and I'm just absolutely in love with these. So this is traditionally $7 for the small, $10 for the jumbo, and of course, like I said, everything was 20% off that day. So she got a great deal on that, and then that meant that she got to do the very first drawing for a free item. So she drew a free scrunchie, a free small scrunchie with that. So she got another free scrunchie, and I actually need to ask her what color she wants. So this is just for the video. I'm pretty sure she's probably going to pick the neon orange because she's like me and she loves the neon colors. But this is the color that we're going to throw in there for now, and I'll find out later from her exactly what color she wants, and I'll work it up. But that's my placeholder. And then the next item that she purchased, I showed my stitch markers, which are another new item to my shop. This is the stitch marker that she picked. It is the cute and adorable yarn chicken. And it's got the cute little egg that dangles down. I absolutely love it. These star clasps, they're my signature clasps that I put on almost all of my stitch markers. I do have a couple of others that I use as well, but I just absolutely love how these work. I've used weight 3 up to weight 7 yarn with them, and I've enjoyed them every single time. And so it's one that I just consistently fall back to, but I digress. So she got the yarn chicken, and with that, she was able to get her next item. So when she did her free item, it ended up being the bandana, and I was so excited that it went to her. And so I had a white bandana listed on there, but she mentioned that she had a tie-dye bandana that she needed to retire. And so I reached out after and offered her this super cute one that I had worked up. I am so happy that I get to send it home to her and that she gets to be one of the first people to get a bandana from me. I'm definitely going to make another. I definitely have plenty of yarn to make another, so something I will be doing. All right, so that is the second giveaway item that she won during my Palm Street. Then the next thing that she purchased was a plushie, and I thought that this was super sweet because it is a plushie of her pattern, and this is the red velvet version that I created, and she purchased this one, and I just felt very flattered for somebody to purchase a plushie of their pattern from somebody. I feel like is one of the highest levels of respect and flattery for sure. So I just felt over the moon that she did that. And these eyes that are in it are eyes that are in my shop. They're called Phoenix Embers, and these are 30 millimeter whimsical moon pupils that are in it. And it's just so cute. So cute. I love this pattern. I love that I can fluff out the wings. I can actually lay the wings flat as well. So if you don't want your ladybug flying, you can do it just like this. And I just think that that is absolutely stinking adorable. So I love the way that this turned out. I love even more that she chose to adopt her and take her home. And with that, she won a free stitch marker. So she had the option between a set of stitch markers or an individual stitch marker. And let me explain why. So the item that I originally wanted to give away with this was a set of stitch markers, but they're Labubu stitch markers. And I know that not everybody loves Labubus. And so I didn't want to force anybody to take a free stitch marker set if they weren't going to like them. I wanted these pieces to all be well liked. And so for that reason, I thought, well, what if somebody doesn't like Labubus? And so I decided that I would give them the option. So they had the option between that set of 6 Labubus or this super cute balloon dog stitch marker, which I still absolutely love. Another reason why I decided on this is because we had the Labubus, which are very clearly stitch markers. They're too small to be keychains. But I was like, what happens if somebody wins the drawing and they're not a crocheter? I don't want them to lose out. And I was like, well, I could have them draw again. Or what if I just give them the option between something that could be a keychain or a stitch marker? And that's where we had our balloon animal come in as an option. Which, I mean, that's just so stinking cute. So it gave us variety for the crocheters and non-crocheters, the Labubu lovers and the Labubu haters. Everybody could be happy at the end of the day. So that is why I decided between those two options. That being said, so Britt was looking at the options and she wasn't sure which one to pick, and she was like, I don't know, you pick for me, just surprise me. So I know that she watches my videos, so I'm going to leave it as a surprise, and I'm not going to say what I ended up giving her. If you guys would like to know what Britt ends up getting, just comment below and let me know that you want to know what I sent her, and I will let you guys know in next week's video. The next thing that Britt got was a set of sinker eyes. I'm going to put the picture up here because I already have them all packaged and I don't want to take them all out. But she purchased my Lavender Fields sleeve, which is a set of 4 different shades and hues of purple in the 30 millimeter size. So with that, we have all 4 of our sinker eyes sets that need to go into her package. And she got to pick again, and this time she won a free mini plushie. And so for the free mini plushie, I had a big bundle of options. I had some mushy boys, I had a colorful octo, I had a chick, I had like a cheeky fruit penguin that's from a bundle that I tested for Mamacita stitches. I also had some triceratops, and I think I had a couple of other items in there, like a little ghost plushie. They were just like all of the like little tiny items, ones that you would probably price between $5 and $8 at a market regularly, is what I had in there. And Britt decided on the little chubby chick. I love this one. I mean, I absolutely adore it. He is so cute with the kawaii eyes. Is it kawaii? Kawaii? Am I way off? I might be way off. I don't know. Okay, so about this time, she ended up winning one of the giveaways that I had open to all of the viewers. So during the live, I also did 2 giveaways. One was for a white bandana, and then the second was for a mini plushie. And she won the mini plushie giveaway. So she was able to pick another item, and she chose my cute little peach penguin that comes with a cheeky bum. And that just cracks me up. It's got the cutest little cheeky bum. So she picked this little penguin, and I love her. I think that she's so stinking cute. She's part of a bundle set from Mamacita Stitches, and I will link the pattern bundle below, but super cute. In the bundle, there's her, there is an apple, and a pear as well, and they're just so cute. I absolutely adore them, but I love that cute little cheeky bum. You can also make it without the cheeks. I know some people don't care for the cheeks, so you can also make that option as well. Mamacita Stitches is your girl for market patterns. I promise you, she's so good at it. So check her shop out. I'll have it linked below, but this was the giveaway item that Britt won. And then that brings us to her last item, the dragon, the jumbo dragon. And I said, this is sold, but I have a made to order option in the shop, and I shared it with everybody. And Britt decided that she needed one of these big boys in her life as well. She gave me free reign of picking the colors. So she told me which ones that she likes best, and I am going to work on that next. So we're going to pack him away for Kirsten, and then we're going to pick out the colors for Britt's jumbo dragon. And before we start that, she ended up winning a jumbo scrunchie, so she got a pink jumbo scrunchie, just like mine, and that is going home to her as well. We're gonna message Britt, ask what color scrunchie she wants so that we can get that crocheted up, and then we're also going to pick the colors for her dragon, and we're gonna start on that. I really want to get that done before I head off to Florida on vacation with hubby, but we won't be able to finish it for the vlog today, unfortunately, but we will pick out the colors and I will show you how it turns out in next week's vlog. Oh my goodness, y'all. I opened Instagram and the first thing that I see is this. How cute is this? Oh my goodness. It's from the Naughty Dogs. And she just posted this 4 hours ago. So this is absolutely still open. Go apply for this tester doll. This is so cute. Oh my goodness. She already has 147 comments in just the 4 hours it's been up. She's about to get blown up by people when they see this, but this is Wow, that is precious. I wish I had time to apply. My husband and I are going to Florida next week, so unfortunately, if I did get picked, I wouldn't be able to complete it, so I'm not going to apply. So cute, though. So cute. Okay, awesome. I had messaged Britt, and now looking at her notes, she said, I'm a huge fan of hibiscus, tangerine, key lime, and yellow. So any of those colors together, I'd be over the moon for. So let's see. I have all of those colors in stock. I know that she was instantly pulled to like the neon green scrunchie and the neon pink as well. I'm thinking for sure we should do key lime. So let's go ahead and pull that. Okay, so I have at least 2 of these, which is perfect because if we do this for the main color, we have plenty, or we have enough. It takes about a skein and a half of the Parfait XL to do the full body the way that I did the last one, if I remember correctly. So we definitely have enough key lime. I have plenty more hibiscus. I just didn't want to dig it out right now until we know what colors we're doing. Oh my gosh, that kind of gives me like rainbow sherbet vibes, right? I kind of love them all together. I kind of love them all. This is hard. But I think I'm really super drawn to these 3. Yeah. I think I'm really drawn to these 3. Oh my gosh, you know what's funny? This is so close to what I did for Caspian. If I did key lime, sunshine, and tangerine. The only difference is I did mint. That is so funny. That is so funny. I didn't even realize that. That is super cute. But we just did something like that. So I think I'm torn between this colorway or this colorway. There's this. It's so hard. I think it's this. I think this is it. I think this is the one. Okay. I'm deciding. I'm going with this. These are our colors. So I'm going to pull all the yarn that I need. I'm going to go pick out the sinker eyes because I'll probably start with the head first. And then I'm going to get working on this. But before we do that, we need to crochet the toe beans in our cat. So I need to go ahead and get that finished out. So we have our colorway. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to go pull the rest of the yarn, do the cat's toe beans, and we'll meet back here. Isn't she so cute?
Yes, I'm talking about you, baby. I love you.
She's so perfect. So now we've finished our cat snuggler and we are going to get this out to the post office. I'm going to start working on the dragon so that I can show you guys in our next video. And I think this is where I leave you now. So I hope you enjoyed following along as we prepped and then went over how Palm Street went and all of the orders that I had this week. If there's anything that you would like to see, let me know for a future video in the comment section below. And I hope that you have a wonderfully blessed day. As always, this was so much fun. I'm going to go ahead and order some yarn for a video that I want to film coming up. And I'm going to also go ahead and start working on this dragon. So I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a blessed day.